Hey, what's up, everybody? So, this is episode 5 of the Craftcast, and I have a really special guest on the show, um, a guy by the name of Zamani Ndimande. And very inspirational story. We're going to get into it. I read his bio and his startup, and I decided to do a podcast with him because it's such an inspirational story. And I think in the world we're living in today, with the generation that we're in, a lot of you guys think it's easy and stuff like that. So we're just gonna hear a bit of the backstory about Zamani and what he does, what he's into, the businesses that he has, and we're just gonna take it from there. So welcome to the show, brother. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm in this beautiful, heaven, I should call it. My first podcast, so I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you so much, brother. Yeah, this is a big shout out to my friend Naeem Imam at AMG Lords for one of the sponsors allowing us to shoot this podcast in his other apartment. So that's quite cool. So just starting off the bat, brother, I think a little bit about you. Where you from originally? Yeah, where you from originally?
I am from Umlazi, a small township in KZN.
Yeah.
That's the town that made me or molded me to be who I am.
Yeah.
I also come from a little farm called Beckville. It's off the N3. That's where manhood was drilled into us at a very young age,
Is that the mountains that we hear about?
But the mountains are for the Xhosas, not us.
Oh, it's not for you?
No,
Okay.
we don't go to the mountains.
Okay, 100%. So that's cool. And how long have you been? Were you born there, grew up
Yes.
there, and then?
I was born in Umlazi.
Yeah.
I grew up there, but we frequented the farms and the township also.
Yeah.
But I grew up in Umlazi. Umlazi R section. If anybody knows, that's the best section in Umlazi because we're in the center of everything. We have a fire station, we have a mall, we have a university, we have a hospital, we have everything around us. So that's the best section that our parents could make us grow up in.
Now so I know the backstory. Well, some of it, right? And off camera, we had that conversation and that sort of thing. But what was your first job? I think let's start into that and we get into the story about the Usharka and being cleaning dishes and stuff. So what was your first job? How did it start for you?
My very, very first job was a car guard and a car wash at a Caltex garage in W section in Umlazi. That was my very, very first job.
Yeah.
I got that job through a friend who was a petrol attendant.
Yeah.
He also referred me to the owner, and the owner liked me and is like, "Hey, I don't have space, but I like you. Come and work at my car wash,
Yeah.
So we used to wash cars. And from there, that's where I think the leadership qualities were starting to be honed, because I came in as a car wash, then moved up the ranks to hoover the cars, then move up the ranks to polish the cars because his business model was always about seamlessness.
Yeah.
RIP Prapiza. His seamlessness. A customer must not wait more than 20 minutes in the line. For the car to be finished, he gave us 30 minutes. So it was 10 minutes in everything that you did, or even less. If you
Full
could
car
do
wash,
that,
30
full
minutes.
Car wash, 30 minutes.
I don't even think now you can get your car washed for 30 minutes.
Yeah, with us, it was a big team, So his thing was, I bring people to the service station not just for the petrol, but I bring them to the service station for the service and the value-added service. So if you're at my service station and you're filling up petrol and you think of where can I wash my car, that's the only place you can go is downstairs because it was downstairs. You can go downstairs. Or when you are finished washing your car, where should I fill up my petrol?
At the service station.
At the service station. So seamlessness with him was the best thing. So I took that to heart, to say, oh, okay, this is where I think one day when I'm a businessman, I need to actually be at the level that I am. And then my second job, I worked at a construction site in Umlazi.
Yeah.
For a company called Tata Construction. My third job, I have had so many jobs. My third job, I think I worked in Pingo
Yeah.
for a company called Kettler. They do kettle converters for exhausts.
Wow. Okay.
And then my fourth job, I was a waiter at Shaga Marine, Cape Town Fish Market. My fifth job, I worked at Pick and Pay I was a taxi driver, and then I went to Pick and Pay. So in my life, I've been employed 6 times, and all 6 times I've left and resigned.
That's wild. And I think off camera you were telling me about Ushaka, like, and we were talking. And when it comes to me, I think I'm very straightforward. I think me being, I'm 31 years old, and so I'm 31, and I believe in hard work and a lot of work. I'm not one of those people that get shy away, from working hard and stuff, because I know what it takes. Me myself, I know, like, I've seen the lives that my family lived, and how they had to hustle and work, and just to provide stuff and food and put food and stuff on the table. So for me, I always wanted to be the one that changed the generational line, to put in the hard work and break that chain, instead of me complaining about the government, complaining that my parents didn't give me this or that. And I think the generation that we're in today is very lazy, and they want things quickly without working for them. They want to start from, go study 3 years, get a little paper or piece of paper to say that they have a degree. They get a little piece of paper to say that they have a degree, and now they want to be a manager. They don't even want to work 9 to 5, right? So I think let's talk about that. Like when you said you were washing dishes at Ushaka Marine, because a lot of people, may see you now as this guy that has the nice cars, or everybody knows working with artists and stuff like that, but nobody knows what it took. Nobody knows that it took all these years, They might see you now in the last year and be like, yo, he's done so much in 1 year, but they don't know before that 1 year that there's actually 16, 17, 18 years of constant hard work, no gap years, no breaks to go on vacation and say, you know what, I'm going to have what they call some sabbatical and all this nonsense that they call. And so yeah, let's just talk about that. So like, what were you doing at Ushaka Marine? Before the taxi driver, right?
That's before.
You were at Ushaka Marine while working for that restaurant. What were you doing there?
So I was can't remember the name that they gave us. They gave us a fancy name.
Yeah.
But just in the gist, we were washing dishes at Ushaka Marine. We were making sure that the restaurant is clean before the morning shift.
Yeah.
So our shift used to start at 6 or 5 in the evening.
Yeah.
Until whatever time that we finish. So that's what we used to do. So in those years, I can't remember how many years I was there, but there was a time where I used to sleep at Caltex Garage in Smith Street in Durban.
Yeah. I'm from this, so I know. I'm originally from Durban, Mia Bank, yeah.
So the restaurant closes at 12 midnight every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
Then our work starts.
Wow.
At midnight.
At midnight.
Yes. And the last taxi and the last bus to go home is at 12 midnight at the workshop.
That's powerful.
So you can imagine the distance from Ushaka to the workshop.
Yeah.
So it was obvious that I'm not going to get transport.
Yeah.
Because
you had to walk, obviously.
Yes. And what people don't understand is that when the restaurant closes, it doesn't close when you leave. When you leave, that's when the actual work starts. When you wake up in the morning and go for breakfast and everything is intact, there were people who were working around the clock to make sure
dishes were clean,
everything,
cutlery is sorted.
And we had a Jewish guy who was our manager. I've never had a slave driver like that.
Yeah.
That guy used to come in the morning at 6 and leave with us whatever time that we left. He used to do double shifts. There was a manager for the day and the afternoon, but he used to do double shifts with us.
Wow.
So that also taught me work ethic, put in the work. I think now he's in Dubai. He owns a couple of restaurants. I met him in Cape Town last year. Told me he's got a couple of restaurants now.
Because which manager does that these days? I don't know anyone. They leave before even the clock is finished.
So I used to walk after the shift from Shaga Marine to this garage, Smith Street, to wait for the morning taxi, the 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock taxi. That was the first taxi out.
Yeah.
And within those walks, I used to be praying every day. I think it was for 9 months, 9 or 10 months. Every day I used to be praying to say, Lord, protect me, protect me, protect me, protect me. That also in turn gave me a resilience to say, if I can sleep technically homeless for like 8-9 months,
Yeah.
I can overcome anything in
100%.
life, you know?
100%.
Because I also had a vision, because I used to see people around me who had made it in life, you know, to say, I want to be that, but I want to surpass it,
Yeah.
you know? And it's funny you talk about this generation to say that they don't want to work. I'm with you in that, you know? I'm 100% with you, because with the businesses that we are doing,
Yeah.
I'll make an example with the artists.
Yeah.
An artist will come to me, let's say in January.
Yeah.
They have nothing
Yeah.
going for them. They come to me, I see there's potential, I can hear the music, hey, we can tweak here and there and there. It'll be January, February, March, April, May. In May, they'll come to you and say, I want to leave. Why do you want to leave? The company is not doing anything for me. But Chief, we are putting in the work. We are building a base for you that even when you have left us, you've got something that's called a brand that'll put food on the table for you.
You see, that's powerful, because that's building a brand.
Yes.
People don't understand what it is to build a brand. Like, and it's also like in the different spaces. Like, you are your brand. Like your brand. Yes, you have companies, but you represent all your companies, and that's a brand. And people don't understand that. That's powerful, man.
And you know why they don't understand it, or they want the quick route out? It's social media.
Yeah.
Specifically TikTok.
Yeah.
That 15 seconds of TikTok
has
made our lives a living nightmare as entertainment labels.
Easy.
Because everybody measures their success around that 15 seconds.
Wow.
Because for you to go viral and for somebody to watch a video on TikTok, they have to watch it for 15 seconds. After 15 seconds, if they don't like it, they go to another one. But if they like it, then they are hooked for the rest of the video. So they've modeled a success around those 15 seconds. There's this generation of artists now. I'm talking from experience.
Perfect.
I've got artists in my company who have been with me for about 8 months, and all of them want to leave. Three of them want to leave. They want to leave because they're saying the company is not doing anything for them. Not realizing that the company has been putting money behind your studio recording, your transport, your food, your accommodation, etc., etc., etc. That's an investment that we are making for the future.
Yeah.
As a business, yes, I will recoup.
Yeah.
But in the end, that brand is you. It's not me. I can't take it away from you.
Yeah.
I can't wake up and say, because I put money behind Will Smith, now I'm taking the Will Smith name. It's mine. Will Smith does not exist anymore. It doesn't work like that.
100%. That's powerful.
You know? So we are building, both of us. Yes, I'm building to make money, and you are building to make money. But everything takes a bit of time.
People don't have patience. That's what I'm saying. Like, back to, people want it now. Like your term, you call it
microwave generation.
Generation.
Everything must happen now.
It's like, it's the quick way out. Yes, look, we're not saying that nobody can't make it famous on TikTok, because we've seen that happen, YouTube stars and all of these stars. But, it's not like to say that those people are not putting in work either.
No, they are.
You know what I'm saying? You didn't just take one video on your phone. Like, they're progressing, they're building brands,
Yes.
they're investing into quality of now videos and stuff. Yes, they may have become famous with a cell phone, but you look at them now, they have media teams, they have social media managers. It's all about building that brand that you're talking about. And I think these days, nobody wants to build anything. They want to receive. They don't want to put in the work. Like,
I'll also make an example with cars, because I also love cars.
Let's go.
There's a friend of mine, Bongani. He drives a TTRS. It's called Boss TTRS.
Boss TTRS.
I think it's the fastest RS in the country right now.
Yeah.
It's a full street car. It's got seats. It's got normal wheels. It's got sound, aircon. It's got everything.
Yeah.
But his car runs in the nines.
That's
9
quick.
seconds.
That's quick, brother. I don't. Yeah.
Full trim street car, ne? Then there's a friend of ours who just bought a Lamborghini Huracan.
Yes.
Now he thinks that this Lamborghini Huracan can beat this TTRS.
Yeah.
So when they raced and he beat him, he was so angry to say, yeah, but I bought this car to run 9s and 10s. I said, it doesn't work like that. You need to put in time. This guy put in time and money into this car and to perfect his driving.
That's powerful.
So now you bought the Lamborghini.
Yeah.
You know,
I get you.
You bought the Lamborghini for the 9s and 10s. Now it's not doing those 9s and 10s.
You see.
But this car is a 2018 model and you bought a 2023 model Huracan. It's not doing that. So it's showing you that this guy put in the time and the work to get the car to the 9s and the 10s. You just bought something off the shelf, which is a microwave, thinking that it's going to go up against this thing.
You see? And a lot of people don't want to put in the effort.
No.
They don't want to put in the effort. Like you were saying, like, I don't know this generation. Like, I mean, now they don't have Wi-Fi and all of a sudden they can't do their work. We can't operate. We can't contact people. We can't work. We need this. I can't shoot a video if I don't have a nice camera or I don't have a nice... Listen, bro, like that's the way it is. A lot of people make excuses and a lot of people don't want to put in the work for anything. And, you know, when Tandeka sent me your stuff and yeah, shout out to Tandeka for that, for, you know, plugging this and things. So she knows me from when I was still working at Discovery. I started there as an intern. I was a graphic design intern. I had no idea about what video was, video production, editing, e-learning design, and that sort of stuff. And I learned everything from there. So she actually gave me like part of my first 5 gigs. So one of her friend's birthday, and we shot it at the Capitol and stuff. And I was like taking pictures, and I used to ask people like, hey, can I shoot your event for free? Can I take pictures for your son or, you know, your baby shower? I'll do it for free. Like I would even go rent lenses on my expense just so I can perfect my craft. And then I started charging, you know, and now people say, oh, but why is it so expensive? I'm like, brother, like we used to do this for free for a whole half a year just so I can get my name out there. And I think a lot of people don't want to put that effort in, and they just want things easily. And that's unfortunately, that's not the way the world works, you know?
It doesn't. And also, I'm also a consultant also on the side. And they forever asking me, but why are you charging me so much an hour? You know, this is too expensive. And I always tell them, it took me about 10 years to learn to do this thing in 30 minutes. So you're not paying me for the time now. You're paying me for those 10 years.
Yes, 100%.
I was doing this thing for free and learning how to do it for 30 minutes.
100%.
I'm giving you a solution now that you can't get. And unfortunately, in this generation also, they think Google knows everything.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Yes, Google might know, but Google can never beat experience. With me, my brother, I don't have formal or higher education. I've got a metric that I think I passed with a D or something, or a C.
Yeah.
But in the companies that we own and we work with, there are people who are more qualified than us who are doing this thing, and sometimes ask us and say, I can't do this thing. How is it done? And that's why I always say experience beats education anytime.
100%. And I love this quote that I used to say. I used to post this on my WhatsApp every now and then, and all the educated people used to get upset with me. And I used to say, I prefer paper in my bank rather than paper on my wall. Because a lot of people have all these PhDs, doctorates, degrees and stuff. I listen to TD Jakes, and he says you can have more degrees than a thermometer and your bank account can still be cold.
Yes. I almost made an example of someone I know. But let's save that conversation for part 2. So, for me, I'd rather be street smart than book smart. Yeah. I know people say you can have both. You can never have both, my brother, in the real world.
Yeah, 100%.
You can't be book smart and street smart.
Yeah.
Because when you are street smart, you find a way. But when you are book smart, you are only limited to what you know, what you have read, and what an exam you have written.
Yeah.
Like with me, I've got 20 plus years or 19 or something years in this industry that we call the entertainment industry. There's nothing I haven't seen. I'm not saying I can do everything, but there's nothing I haven't seen. I've seen all the trends come and go, but we are still standing. All of them.
Yeah.
I've seen really educated people
Yeah.
having a debate with them, and when they start opening their mouths, and you're like, okay, this person is talking from a book written by a man in England. They're
Yeah.
not here in South Africa with us
That's powerful.
on the ground. Because when I say experience trumps education, I'm not saying don't have an education.
Yeah.
Because in my businesses,
Let's go.
There
I'm
are,
ready.
There are there are mistakes that I have made because I didn't have that formal education or that
Yeah.
or that education, because there are some terms within the corporate space that I didn't know, like perpetuity. I didn't understand it. All I saw was we are paying you 200,000.
Yes.
In perpetuity and exclusivity.
Yes.
I saw the money, because with me it was like I got 200,000 rand. I'm taking 100,000 rand. I'm reinvesting it in this business for this business to make me about 400 or 500,000, and
Yes.
the cycle went on.
Yes.
But then when I went back to try and use this thing that I signed off with Shay,
Yeah.
and then Shay says, "But my brother, it's in perpetuity, and I've got exclusivity in this thing for the next 30 years or 40 years, and I own the likeness and the image of this thing." And you're like, "Hey, Bana, but you signed the rights off to me. I own the rights. Yes, you did it, but I paid you. Yes, you paid me, but I own the rights." So those small mistakes, if I had like a formal education in the beginning of the career,
Yeah.
I would have been very far, my brother. I think Peter Motsepe would be number 2.
Yeah.
In terms of billionaires, I'd be number 1.
Let's go. Let's
I
go.
would be number 1.
I love that, man. And we're gonna end off a bit of your story, how you started. How long were you a taxi driver?
Yo,
Because that's the thing that stood out for me. Taxi driver to now owning multiple companies that work with all these big stars and artists and stuff. But like the taxi driver part, because that's
I get a bit emotional when I sit and I think about the taxi driver days. I think it was 4 years or 5 years. I can't remember the exact period, but those were the darkest days of my life.
Wow.
When I was a taxi driver. I'll tell you why. When I first started driving taxis, I didn't have a license. When I first started driving, I didn't have a license.
Wow.
I found somebody who believed in me and said, because there were taxis that went to town and there were local taxis that you could drive around the hood, in a 20-kilometer radius.
Yeah.
I found somebody, shout out to Bab Ngong, who believed in me and said, "I know you don't have a license and you are struggling at your house. Here are keys to this taxi. I'm giving you 3 months to save up money.
Go get a license.
Go get a license.
Powerful.
And then I empower you to the long route, town, long distance." So imagine waking up every day knowing you don't have a license.
Yeah.
You have to dodge cops. You are always on edge. You're always on edge. Okay, please, nobody knock me, because if you knock me, I'm in trouble, you know. And then I pushed. I think he gave me 3 months. I think I did it in under a month. Because what I did is, whenever he used to, because we used to get paid weekly, whenever he paid me, I took that money straight, I gave it to my mom. I didn't take a cent. Anything.
Wow.
And I used to
save it.
Yeah, save. Then got a license. I got my learners, I got my license. And then I got my professional driver's permit, or PDP. And then I got upgraded to the town route now,
Yeah.
Now, you are the man now. But next level comes with the next devil. Every level is a new devil.
New levels bring new devils.
So I get upgraded to the town route. In the town route, at local level, he used to want 400, 500, 300, small monies. Now he wants 1,000, this chief.
Yo, a day.
Yeah, a day. This chief wants 1,000, and he doesn't play now. Now things have changed. He's not the nice guy that was talking to me.
Not the mentor. No. Now it's a business owner.
Now it's business now. Now we're not here to play. You've got your license, everything. My brother, my target is 1,000 rand. If we don't have it, don't come home. I don't care what time you come back. If you don't have it, I want it.
Wow.
And he used to,
Yeah.
I used to.
Harsh.
Yeah, down there you were sweet. You didn't make 300. I don't worry, my boy. You'll make it tomorrow. Now it's the big boys now the big leagues. I remember I used to leave the house, I think, at 3 in the morning. There's nobody going to work at 3 in the morning.
Yeah, nobody was going.
But I always wanted to be the first taxi at the rank.
So you can get the first people.
For about 2 years, I was the first taxi in the rank. Every day. Every single day.
2 years.
Every day. Every day, I used to be the first taxi in the rank. I used to be the last one and the first one. Last one, first one. Because people stop coming into the location from town around 6, 7,
Yeah.
That's when everybody's in the location now.
Yeah.
And then the local drivers are eating or moving people around. But we used to go back to town. And we used to look for people. Because this guy, he's standing there at the gate with the shambok. Don't come back if you don't have 1,000 rand. That was the most painful years of my life. Made a lot of money, but...
And the people won't understand that. They don't see... That's why we when we were saying that, people don't see the how many years you had to go through suffering. Because that's suffering. That's suffering and a thing. And it's nice that we spoke about that, because now we're going to go into what you do now. And I think that now it's going to get exciting.
Now I'm a big boss.
Now we, for the second part of this, what businesses do you own now? I know, like, how did you, because I read the write-up that I read about you, said that you've worked with Def Jam, that's big.
Universal
Music Africa, that's huge. And so the company that you own, and how did you work with them? Like, what did you do?
So, remember what year was it when I came to Joburg? 2020, but after the World Cup.
Yeah. So it's like what, 2012?
Yeah, 2012, 2011.
2012, yeah, because the World Cup was 2010.
So after the World Cup, dust settles. I've got a bit of money in my pocket.
Yeah.
From driving taxis and tourists around,
Yeah.
And then I felt like I had hit the ceiling in terms of life and Durban in general. I've hit the ceiling.
Yeah.
I want more. I can see how my mother is working 3-4 jobs to try and keep us afloat, because we lost our father at a very young age.
Yeah.
1998, I lost my dad, 27 June. I can see how my mother's pushing to keep us afloat. I can see my little brothers coming behind me, that they are going a bit off the rails because there are no mentors or people who they can look up to, because we are living in the location.
Yeah.
My other brothers being expelled every second month.
Yeah.
The other one is experimenting with alcohol,
Sure.
So I was like, what do I do? My sister, Stembile, says to me, she used to live in Hillbrook back then.
Yeah.
So she says to me, come through, let's see what you can put together.
Sure.
Her and my mother put some money together. They put me in a college, Varsity College.
Yeah.
Yo, I still sometimes I want to cry, because I hated it so much, and I couldn't tell my family, because
They invested.
they invested in this thing, you
Yeah.
know, and I'm not passing. Nothing's happening with me.
Yeah.
Come to Joburg. I live with my sister and her then boyfriend. Hey, she's pushing on her side. I'm pushing. I'm hustling. Nothing's coming together. Then she says to me, it's getting a bit hard now, with the extra mouth to feed. I think maybe go back home, get your life together, or kickstart and then come back. Hey, in my mind, I'm like, I'm not going back to Durban.
Wow.
Then I start moving from different homes. Like, we've got relatives. I used to call, hey, I'm in Joburg for a week. Hey, can I come see you guys and crash? Oh,
100%.
Then after a week, you could feel the tension. when is this chief leaving now? Then I'd call the next one. Hey, I'm in Joburg,
Wow.
So I lived like that for a very long time. Then I met the mother of my kids. A phenomenal woman.
Yeah.
I don't think if I didn't meet that woman, I wouldn't be who I am now.
That's powerful, brother.
I wouldn't be who I am now.
That is very powerful.
I would be maybe 50% of who I am now.
Sure.
So I met her. She was working at APSA, I think. She had a Golf 4, an automatic Golf 4, from Swaziland.
Yeah.
And this lady, she used to give me money every day. I think like $200. I used to drop her at work, give me $200, go hustle, Go hustle. She's also a hustler also. Go hustle. She understands the hustle. Give me $200 in this Golf 4. I remember one day this Golf 4 overheated and I've got no money. I don't know what to do. And then this guy stops on the side of the road and his name is Piwe and he's like, hey, my brother, what's wrong? I said, this guy's overheating, this. He just looked at the car, he touched a few things and he said, start it. We started it, we waited, it didn't overheat. I don't know what he touched. And he's like, no, you are good to go. Put in water and then off on my way, we exchanged numbers.
Yeah.
Then he says to me, what do you do? And then in my head, the first thing that came up, I don't know why. I said, I'm a manager. Artist manager. I don't know why. I've never artist managed in my life. I says, oh, okay, I've got this friend named Alexis Fago. Alexis Fago has worked, you can Google him after this.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah,
I know him.
He is the best of the best.
Yeah, I know him.
Alexis Fago, let's go meet this guy. We meet him. We move. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
There's a part I skipped. So before going back to Durban, I met Linda Spear, Mr. Magic. That's the guy who actually opened the door for me to get in this industry.
Okay.
If you know Mr. Magic is a legend in the game. Cause FM, he has a
shout out Mr. Magic.
That's I owe that man my life and I always tell him from time to time, when I have enough, you'll be the first person that I'm going to come back and thank because he didn't have to. A boy from the hood, he opened the door, he took me under his wing.
Yeah.
Every meeting he went to, he took me, and then people in the industry started seeing me.
Yeah.
Say, okay, he's with Mr. Magic, he's legit.
Sure.
Not knowing, hey, this guy doesn't know SHIT,
Yeah.
And then we pushed with Mr. Magic. Then I met this guy.
Yeah.
Met Alexis Fago. And then Alexis also took a liking to me and he said, I'm a brother, come to studio, So I teach you more about the game and the music. So in studio, TKZ used to come. Duma Silela used to come. Mandoza used to come. Bomshaka used to come. They used to come for recordings, Kaifa Simenye, Lela Mbutlu. Everyone used to come. And I used to sit in the corner and listen. When they say they want water, I take the water, run, get them water, I sit there. And I'd listen to them talking about the industry, how they made moves to go overseas. And then one day, I met a gentleman named Sipho Dlamini. My life has never been the same after that.
Wow. Sipho Dlamini.
Yeah.
Shout out Sipho Dlamini.
He's the former CEO of Universal Music and Def Jam Africa.
Jeez, those are big, eh? Those are big names. You say Def Jam and Universal, it's not like a little recording studio brand down the street.
Ish.
Yeah, that's powerful.
He walked in. I didn't know who he was. I was at Alexis, and he sits next to me, and we started talking about soccer, about cars, about life.
Yeah.
I don't know who this guy is from the bar of soap. He talks to Alexis, and he's like, hey, guys, see you. He leaves. A couple of days later, he comes back. When he comes back to the studio, he didn't come to see Alexis. He came in, he said, I'm here to see you. I said, hey, me?
Wow.
What, did I do anything wrong? He's like, no. He's like, something in my heart says you're a good person.
That's powerful. That's powerful.
Then we exchanged numbers, you know.
Yeah.
He'd call once in a while. This is before he was CEO of Universal Music. He was still at Semro. Then he leaves Semro, he goes to Universal Music Africa.
Yeah.
Then he brings in Alexis
Yeah.
to work within Universal and before Def Jam, Universal Music. Obviously, when Alexis gets the upgrade, says, "My nigga, we are on now. Let's go." You know?
Yes, for sure.
I got you. You're not hired here, but you know,
Together.
yeah,
We're
together.
together.
I'll give you something. You know,
For sure, for sure, for sure.
Then we push. Then we start meeting Okanyimbao and all of these people, and I'm around these people, you know. Now I'm getting all this wealth of knowledge. I'm pushing also. If they need anything, a driver, anything, I'm there, you know.
Wow, you see.
And then one day, Sipo walks into studio and he says, "I've got this problem, ABC, man, you know. I don't know what to do. This artist is from Durban. I don't know how to get to him."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I don't know how to get this guy. He's not answering my calls." Then I knew the guy. Then I picked up the phone.
Let's go.
I said, "Bro, why are you not picking up the CEOs?" He's like, "Which CEO?" I said, "Universal." He says, "No, man, he's never called me." I said, "This number." He said, "Hey, this number has been calling me. It's not saved." Then he's like, "No, man, let me come." He comes, they talk, they do a deal, signed, sealed, and delivered. They move.
Yeah.
But then Sipo comes back and says, "I need you to be within the company, you know. Not a formal structure, but from time to time I'll ask for services and then we'll give you a 5 rand, a 2 rand, or 1 rand, whatever."
Yeah.
said,
Obviously not coins.
Yeah, not coins. A lot of coins, but not those coins. And then one day he comes to me. He didn't come to me for like 6 months, 6, 8 months.
Yeah. 100%.
And then one day he comes to me and he's like, "Bro, there's an international act coming into the country.
Ooh, who?
Migos."
Migos.
Yes.
Jeez. Who doesn't know Migos? I listen to Migos.
Me, I'm from Durban, my brother. I listen to Gqom, I listen to Afropop. Trap, I didn't have a clue. I knew the song, but I didn't know who it was.
Because of
yeah,
publicity and international ads.
Migos. It's like, yeah, Migos. And you know, they're looking for studio. We don't have a studio. Our studio's being built. I said, "I don't know how I got you." I picked up the call, called a friend of ours. A friend of ours organized everything.
So Migos recorded in the studio that you organized.
Yes.
In this country.
Yes. That's where they recorded that song called South Africa.
Yeah. I know that
there's a song called South Africa. That's where they recorded here. Then they were booked by Mabala Noise for that show. But obviously, being under Universal had to be involved in some way to make sure the safety and
it's a global
stuff.
group, right?
They come in. The studio's in Bryanston. And they drive in, you know. And then I Googled, I said, Migos. I almost fainted. They were driving in like 10 V classes.
Jeez.
They came in, you know, came out, bodyguards, shook hands, you know, phones are not allowed. And this guy, who's this one?
Quavo.
Quavo. Nicest guy I've ever met from international. Eh?
Really?
Nicest guy I've ever met. Him and the, not the Cardi B one.
Yeah.
The other one that passed away.
Take Off.
It was like speaking to somebody from the location.
Yeah, because those two are family. They're Quavo and Take Off.
They came in, wanted chicken, they wanted vodka, you know, and a bit of sticky wiki.
Yes,
And then everything was organized for them. We sat, you know, we had a bit of a chat. And then the other one, the Cardi B one, was like, "Hey, yo, man, everybody gotta leave, you know."
Offset, yeah.
And then like, no problem, do your thing. We sat in the studio next door. But for me, that was a life-changing moment because what Sipo did was a small thing to him to say, "Bro, I've got this problem, solve it, and come through."
Yeah.
For me, it was like a boy from Umlazi can have access to global superstars.
Like Migos.
Like in reach. like Migos, like in Reach.
Wow.
Anything is possible.
100%, brother.
Then they left that Monday. Then Sipho was like, hey, my brother, I thank you for everything, for doing this APC. Let's get back to work. Then we pushed like hell with Alex. We pushed. Then Chris Brown came, Robin Thicke came, French Montana, through Mabala Noise, French Montana came. I know we were doing the activations on the ground for all these acts. But now it felt like, okay, God, you have a plan. From Big Willem Laz to now, I can do this thing. I can actually own a company that one day will compete or be bigger than Universal Music.
Powerful.
Then I got in Universal team. We were working for years. I think 6 years. We worked together. Sipo's not there now. He's just left. He's a president of Gamma now, a distribution company, running $1 billion budget. You can Google it. $1 billion budget.
Hey, Google that.
Gamma $1 billion budget. So then we worked with Universal Music, Def Jam, If they had a problem within the team, we became a family.
Yeah.
If they had a bit of a problem, hey, this song's not playing on radio, whatever it is, then I'd say, no, don't worry. Let me solve it for you, Also, when I have a problem, I say, I don't know what this means. What does DSP mean, And then they tell me, no, it means this is how you do it, This is how you structure contracts. They also help me. They help me grow within the game. But in the back end, I was still putting in the work, because what would happen during the day, or if I'd find something that I don't understand, I made sure I did not sleep before I found out, or went on Google and asked people and called people,
Yeah.
And then I started getting good at this thing.
Yeah.
Started getting good. And then one day I was with DJ Tira at his house in Durban. Shout out Makoya. And then he looked at me one day and he's like, but brah, why don't you start your own thing?
Yeah.
That hit me like a ton of bricks.
Yeah. It's not always that you get people that will see that in you to say, why don't you start? Because a lot of people will be like, oh, that's nice.
No matter what they say about that man also had a hand in who I am and what I have become, am, and still going to achieve. Why don't you start your own thing? Tell people that you've worked with me. I've never worked with him. We were just home line buddies,
Yeah, sure.
Know each other. It's like, put me on your profile. I hadn't worked a day in my life with him.
Yeah.
It's like, put me on your profile. Here's a picture. Use this picture. Put my company there that you've consulted for me. Things he didn't have to do.
That's game. That's a head start.
Bro, he's like, put all my artists there.
Wow.
Here's my phone number. Here's my email. Put this. He showed me, structure it like this. Push, Go and look. Then he said, go and look for brands for me. Here's an LOI. Push. Go. I want to see you change your life. Then I got the LOI. I've got this profile with just him, Then his face opened doors for me. I don't want to lie. Then people were like, hey, who are you? I'm like, hey, no, check your email.
Wow. Let's go.
Then they'd call back, hey, sorry, man, hey, we didn't know that you work with Makoya. And we pushed. I also tried to get him in at Universal.
Yeah.
Tried to get him get Java also and at Def Jam. But the deal, all of them fell through at the end because the other race does not understand our dynamics as a people of color.
Gotcha.
They think everything is black and white, which is not.
Yeah.
You might say to me, I'm offering you 5 rand. But maybe I don't need that 5 rand. Maybe I need you to build me a studio with that 5 rand.
Yeah.
Or have access to a studio.
Yeah.
Or I might need a 2-year deal instead of a 5-year deal.
Yeah.
Because in this game, there are a lot of ways to skin a cat in terms of deals and stuff.
Yeah.
But fast forward. Then I opened up my company, Bayani Holdings. First client out of the box, DJ Tira. Then I had Zix Bantwini. We had Java. We had Beast, we had Lala Mshunesi, we've worked with Kelly Kumalo, we've worked with Nandi Matita.
That was part of one of my questions is who's you work with. Now I wanted to say local stars, but these are all global names because they didn't stay local.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying?
Not at all.
And I think, and that's very powerful because it leads to one of the questions that I had was, and it goes according to your artists and stuff, and it's something that I've always wondered myself. You know, when you hear global artists say that they go gold, they go platinum, you know, they talk about million sales and stuff like that, right? How does the accreditation work in our country or Africa maybe? Is it the same? Is it also a million? Is it a 10,000? How does that?
So with us, it's day and night. We are literally about 30, 50 years behind.
Sure.
In terms of monetization of our music with the global stars. I wrote something down. In South Africa, for you to be gold, to be certified gold, you need to have sold 12,500 units.
12,500 units to be gold.
For gold, ne? For platinum, you need to have sold 25,000, which is double.
25,000.
But now, for America and other territories, for a single one song to be certified gold, it needs 75 million streams.
Across all platforms, obviously, yeah.
For an album to be certified gold, it needs 750 million streams.
Jeez.
For streams for platinum, for a single to be certified platinum, it needs 150 million streams. For an album to be certified platinum, it needs 1.5 billion streams.
An album?
Yes.
So the entire album needs
1.5
billion?
Yes. And Drake does those numbers in like a month or two from release.
1.5 billion streams, because now, and that was one of my questions, is like one of the questions also was, how's the digital era changed the thing? Because before we used to have CD sales. I grew up when I started listening to hip hop, I was listening to Lil Wayne. When they talk about million sales, it was million CD sales globally. I mean, nationally in America, right? That's what they were certified platinum. He would do that first day. That's what used to make things, right? And then when streaming started taking over, somebody said they have I was sorting something out of my laptop. They said they have a driver for me on a disc. I'm like, bro, none of my stuff uses discs. Not even a car uses a disc anymore.
That's why I want to buy the old cars for that CD.
Because 100%.
I want to buy the old cars for the CD. So, just to put it bluntly, streams kill the industry.
Is it?
They killed it in terms of the artists making money, because when they say 1 million CDs at 100 rand was sold, you knew exactly how much
you were making. Yeah,
you were making,
and your percentage from 1,000 sales, 100,000 sales. Now you must.
Now it's 0.00. Even I don't understand. I don't even want to lie. It's 0.000054, and now they are grouping up streams. 150 streams equals one stream. You know, like one album or something. So. I was at a conference in Kenya or Zambia, I can't remember which country I was in overseas. And there's a person from Spotify there. And this guy was trying to explain this 0.00000. And I sat there and I listened. I'm like, hey, this guy. So I asked him, I said, okay, what are the overheads or the costs of uploading a song to DSPs? And I'll tell you the cost of a CD, to make a CD. He couldn't explain it. That's why now Maskandi and Gospel make the most money
in this country.
Hey, those guys have got money.
Gospel and Maskandi. Yeah, I know Maskandi. I hear a few songs.
Jetline recently printed about 3 or 4 months ago. They printed, I think, 5,000 CDs for an artist. Artist paid for this 5,000. Maskandi artist paid for these 5,000 cities, and he took those cities physically, and he went to a mall with a Bluetooth speaker, started playing.
Yeah.
100 rand, 100 rand, 100 rand, 100 rand, 100 rand, 100 rand. Straight to pocket. No DSPs.
Management companies.
Nothing. Direct. So there's a bit of politics also in the game.
Yeah, 100%.
The other people also want to share in this thing.
Yeah.
That's why they were pushing DSPs and streams.
Yeah.
Because they were seeing, hey, man, if Zamani can go and print 1 million CDs and go sell them, that means all that money is going to him.
Yeah. We're not getting a share.
We're not getting a share.
Yeah.
So how do we make it that we have a share in this thing? Me, I even have a conspiracy about cars, bro. There was no need for them to stop CDs in the cars. No need, because all over the world, there are still companies who print CDs. All over the world.
That's fair.
Why now are they pushing USBs and Apple CarPlay? Yo, I hate that thing. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and whatever it is.
Yeah.
Why don't you give me an option? Do you want CD? Yes, put it in. In the M5CS, do you want CD? Yes, I want that thing. Put it in. They don't give you options.
Okay.
Because some people say conspiracy. They work together with these companies.
Yeah.
Because there's a VW Polo, you must school this.
Yeah.
It's endorsed by Beats by Dre.
Yes, I know the Polo. The Polos, they came with the bees and stuff. So they sold the car. Beats by Dre.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they have a percentage. Every time you buy that car and it has the sound system, they get a percentage. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto.
Yeah, it's all there's politics
at the end,
in a lot of
it's all intertwined.
It's business.
It's business.
It's business.
I understand, but at the end of the day, we are not there yet. You know, as I'm saying, Drake can do these streams in a couple of weeks, you know, a month or two. But a South African artist, even Burna Boy can't do these streams.
Powerful.
1.5, that's 1.5 billion people listening to your song.
Yeah.
1.5 billion people.
That's a lot.
What's our population in South Africa?
What's it? I don't know. 46 million? No, more maybe. I don't know. I have no idea.
Let's say 300 million. Let's say 300 million.
But it's not a billion. That's for damn sure.
Yeah,
it's not a billion people in this country.
So
no,
all of us have to stream your song twice. How many times to get to the 1.5 billion?
Yo.
But also on the flip side, there's also a lot of money to be made in the back end, which is where I am, in terms of synchronization deals, placing music on movies, TV games.
And that's where you help your artists.
Yes.
And that's where you come in. And that's the business.
Yes.
I love that. That's powerful.
When we started Jay-Z Records with my business partner, our whole thing was we need to flip the script.
Yeah.
We need to put some power back to the artist. Because even though the majors were very big and making a lot of money, but our artists were suffering.
Yeah.
So our thing was, let's take an artist unknown. They don't have to have numbers. The only criteria is you have to have talent.
Sure.
Let's take them, build them to a certain place, and then, because all of our contracts are 2 years. 24 months is nothing, my brother.
No, nothing.
Nothing. But we made them 2 years because we didn't want not the burden, but to have somebody long term. We wanted 2 years to also put the pressure on us as a company to make you money so we can recoup our investment in you.
100%.
So, as we stand now, 2 of our artists have their songs placed on TV. Unknown. As we stand today, 2 of our artists have their songs placed on TV. And those are the ones that want to leave. They still don't see the vision.
You see?
2 of them are nominated for the Satmas, one of the biggest award shows in our country that celebrates our heritage. Unknown, my brother. Today. But they still want to leave. They don't see the vision. So we are sitting and we're saying, okay, let's let them go because we are not aligned.
Yeah.
We'll continue to clash. They want the riches. We want the wealth for them and us. Because as you said in the beginning, we need to break that chain. I'm all about breaking chains, about the wealth curses.
That's powerful. That's powerful.
That's what my businesses are all about. Whether it's mining, the new African minerals, Pan-African freight and logistics, the Bayani Holdings, the Chase, whatever company that I sit on or affiliated to, we are about empowering the next person. The only thing you need to have is patience and talent. That's all we need from you. We'll do the rest. Because I've been doing this thing. I know money will come. Artists make a mistake. To get to the top is easy. My brother, me, I can make you bigger than anyone in this country by Friday.
Yeah.
But how do we maintain you there on top? That's the biggest issue. To get anybody viral, we pay these kids, these influencers, we play trends. We know the game is done.
Yeah, 100%.
We get you there overnight. We get you there. But how do we maintain?
Can they maintain that?
So you can't maintain that real overnight success because people see me now and what I am or where I sit or what I have and think this thing happened last month. No, my brother. It's been 18 years I've been suffering. It's all about persistency and hard work.
Yeah.
I've been knocked down many a times, my brother. I've lost it all maybe twice or 3 times.
Yeah.
It has not been smooth sailing at all.
Yeah.
I've contemplated suicide.
Wow.
I've just not. Every time I get to that point, I sit down and I compose myself, and I look at where I have come from, not where I'm going. I know people always say, "Don't look back because that's not where you're going."
Yeah.
But I look how far I've come to where I am now.
Yeah.
And that always motivates me to say, let's push. I feel like these are the best years of my life, and God has blessed me because of all the groundwork that I've laid over the years, of all the jobs that I've done, every single person in my life has played a role. Nobody has played a bigger or smaller role. Everybody in their small corner has played a role to where I am. I'll tell you about another lady called Tandega who used to date before you, baby. Before marriage and stuff.
Okay.
This lady used to have a nice job. She used to have an apartment,
Yeah.
But she saw something in me that I didn't see.
Yeah.
Forever motivating me, my brother.
Yeah.
For
I know the same Tandeka.
my
That's
brother
how much,
never gave up on me, not once.
yeah, same.
Not once. Always pushing. What do you need? I need this, okay. No, I've got the money to pay back. No, don't worry. Push. You'll get there. So when I get those dark days, I sit in my beautiful house.
Yes.
And I think of all these people who have played a role in my life. To say, okay, if I give up now or commit suicide or do something untoward, how will these people feel in their investment in my life?
Oh, that's powerful.
Because they've been investing.
100%. And it goes like to what I used to say also. Sometimes I feel like giving up. I'm not even close to that level yet. I always said that I'm very grateful because I'm not where I want to be in life yet, but I'm certainly not where I used to be. Right?
Very, very, very powerful.
So we're grateful for here, but we need to move. So we're not going to dwell now on the past and be like, oh, we can. Yes, 100%. We came from there. We're not where we need to be yet. I need a Cullinan.
No. If you see one parked in the driveway, please forgive me.
Let's go.
Please forgive me.
Mansory Cullinans. That's my
brother,
thing. I really want a Mansory Cullinan.
I want an Aventador.
I want an SVJ.
And I'm not even apologetic about it. I want an Aventador. I want a Cullinan for my kids. I want
Let's go.
A Bentley Bentayga for my mother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm not apologetic about it.
100%.
I'm
I
not
want to leave the doors
embarrassed.
up now and then.
I'm not embarrassed. That's what I want, and that's what I'm going to get in the next couple of years, or even sooner. God will bless me because I work hard. I will buy these things, and I always tell my peers and the people who are close to me. Yes, I know we get targeted sometimes by the company that starts with S and ends with S, because black excellence, there's always corruption to it. Don't be apologetic, my brother, about where God is taking you and has built you to.
100%.
Don't be
100%.
If you want to take that holiday, take that damn holiday.
Yes, sir.
That's what I've learned from my mother.
Let's go.
You know my mother, my brother. You know that old lady.
Yeah.
Hey, that old lady, if she says she's taking a day off, she's taking a day off.
That's powerful.
If she says she wants to go to Cape Town or go wherever,
She goes to Cape Town.
she just calls you, Chief, tell your PA to book me here, here, here. This is what I'm going to do there. This is how much I'm going to need.
Let's go.
It's like that. And I didn't understand it, and it used to irritate me at times. But then I was like, no, this lady is living her best life now.
Yeah.
People wait for the ferry in heaven there.
Yeah.
Me, I'm creating my heaven here, my brother, on earth. I want my kids to experience heaven here, not wait for the clouds and the angels. I want my kids to experience heaven here. I want my son at high school to be driving a 911 Turbo S. I don't care who says what. I don't care who says.
Me and you.
My brother.
Gonna get on from
My daughter. If my daughter says to me, Daddy, I want to go to Disneyland, she must go to Disneyland, my brother.
100%. And I always said this, and in my podcast, Naima, so we said the same thing. It's like, we come from these places where we didn't have. We worked, and now we're at a point where we can have. So for me to worry about what other people think of me if I'm in Paris or I'm in Disneyland, that's not my problem, because we worked for that. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people will tell me this, and it's a very touchy topic for me because I don't like associating my people, my time with people like this. They'll tell you, "Oh, money is not everything." But 100%, I get what you're saying, but I want to drive a Lambo. If you want a normal car, you drive your normal car, but don't put your beliefs on me. Do you understand? I believe Lambo, Ferrari, Rolls-Royce exists because people buy these cars. The money in the world and everything that's available, it's there for us if we want to take it.
Brother, can I tell you something?
Right?
Money is everything. My brother, I don't care who
The
says
podcast we're doing right now, it's because we invested money into this.
Brother, whoever says that idiot must go and die. Money is everything.
It's those same people that will probably be your manager in a corporate company that'll tell you that you need to be grateful for what you have, but they won't work for free.
Hey, money is everything in this world. People of the podcast, money is everything in this world.
Yeah.
When you get sick, what do you need to buy medicine?
Money.
When you need to go to your job and your car needs petrol, what do you need?
Money.
If your child is hungry, what does your child need? Prayers. Hallelujah, Jesus. Thank you very much. Please feed my child. I don't have money. Their stomach must be full. We must go to the shops, Woolworths, and buy.
Yeah.
We need money. Whoever's telling you that money is not everything, they've never had money.
Oh, that's my thing.
I always
say this. I posted on my status. The only people that will tell you that money is not everything and money is not important is somebody who doesn't have it and they've given up on trying to get it.
Yes.
Right? So they're going to try and keep you in their level to say, oh, but why must you have a Mercedes-Benz S63? Why must you have a M5 CS? Why can't you just have the normal 318? No, there's a M5 CS because that's the last number, and some of us work hard because we want the last number. We don't want to have anything like everybody else.
Oh, brother, money is, I'm going to repeat it until it gets in here. Money is everything in this world that we are living in 100%. Right now. We need money to change people's lives. We need money to invest in our children's futures. We need money to live. To get here, I needed money. Yes, There are people who are driving us or helping us drive around. They need money. We need money. The cars need money. 100%. We need to put petrol. Yeah. If I'm not saying worship money, but when somebody says money is not everything, I just look at where they are in life and how they think, and I realized, this is why they say money is not everything.
100%. And it goes to the types of people, right? Some people want to climb the ladder. Fine. You can be really successful working for a company, but some of us want our own ladders.
I want to build a ladder.
Right. You see what I'm saying?
I want to build it.
Some of us don't want a seat at the table. We want our own table.
But I want to own the building. You want to say that?
Let's go.
I want to build the building to my specification, because we will not break generational curses if we do not change how we think about money and resources. We will not, because to break a generational curse, you need money. I don't care who says what. You can pray until Pushiri comes back or somebody walks on water. You will not change it.
Yeah.
You need money to change it.
100%.
You need to put things in place, and those things need money, my brother.
Yeah.
You need to invest. You need to save. What are you going to save? Prayers.
Yeah.
The other day, my daughter, she wants to do ballet.
Yeah.
So my partner was like, your daughter wants to do ballet, but I think this is the affordable. I said, but no, affordable. I said, which one is the most expensive one? I want that one. Not because I have an abundance, but I just want to see the pinnacle.
Yeah.
Because we are about excellence.
Yeah.
No, the most expensive one is R2. Chief, tell those people I want to pay them for the whole year.
Oh, powerful.
I want to pay them for the whole year, those people. Tell them to give me their account. I know after that maybe my account will be dry, but...
Yeah. It's exactly like what I feel, right? And it's not to say that I want to be better than anyone else, but for me, it's like another example is a cell phone, right? So when I got this phone, this is a iPhone 13 Pro Max, right? So last year when I got this, yes, there's an iPhone 13, there's an iPhone 13 Pro or whatever. So if you compare iPhone 13 to a Pro or Pro Max, the Pro and the Pro Max is the last number. I can't sit with myself to know that I work hard. I want the best for me. Do you understand? Like, if it's in my price range. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not buying an iPhone so I can take a selfie picture in the mirror so somebody can see the Apple logo. That's not what it is for me. You know what I'm saying? For me, want the best. Like if I'm buying a car, there's a certain, you get what I'm saying? I'm not buying a BMW or a 320 just so I can say it got the BMW logo. But you know, there's certain people like, I always talk about my friend Naeem because he's one of my motivators and I like a mentor to me. Same thing. Bought a C class. Yes, he had a 43 and then he had the C63. But that's progression.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? It's having the last number and everything. Or a G63. Why must you have a normal G-Wagon? Like if you can put the effort in. Put the effort in. We're not doing this for likes and views. You know what I'm saying?
Want those 4 pipes, my brother. Want those 4 pipes.
You get what I'm saying? Like when I go to his house, I go to the cinema room and there's a double slush machine. Brother, there's levels to this thing. Like, who's gonna tell you can't have that?
No one.
Nobody has the right to tell you that. Why must you drive a S65 or S60? Drive a S-Class 500. No, you want the 63. If you put in the work, you worked your 18 years that you worked, you put in all the service, you were the taxi driver, you were washing dishes at Ushaka Marine World while everybody else was paying their money to go in the waves or not the waves, but the pools and the slides and whatever. You were washing dishes. Now when you're driving all these nice cars and you want M5 CSs and all these last number stuff, those same people will look at you, but it's not, no. You weren't there when we were hustling and we were grinding. You know what I'm saying?
It's the journey. People don't understand about the journey. We are not working this hard to sit in, no offense, a Kia Picanto. I'm not sleeping at 4 a.m. every single day and waking up at 7 to take my kids to school and then being at the office at 8:30 to drive a Kia Picanto. That's just me. There's nothing wrong with that car, but that's just me.
I call myself Shay the Savage, but bruh, Let's go.
Yeah, but-
We need 3 cameras on the back, please.
My brother, I'm not working this hard for my kids to wake up in a 1-bedroom shack. No, my brother.
There's a vision. You have the mindset. You set goals. You have dreams, and you're smashing them. Right?
And just sorry to cut you. This Picando thing. I used to be offended when people used to say that. I used to drive what's this car? What's this car, man? It was a Mazda though. A 1.6. Those old hatches. A white one. Fresh one. Bought it in Chatsworth.
Hey.
Fresh one. And then the guys in the GTIs used to come, Golf 4 GTIs, Golf 4 R32s, And they'd be like, in front of me, I'll never drive a Mazda, And it used to hurt me, like, what is this guy saying, But as the levels went up and God started blessing me, I understood. But they didn't work that hard to regress.
Yeah.
They're not saying it's not a good car, whatever it is. It's where you are, but you need to look up and say, oh, okay, sure. M5 CS is 5 million rand.
Yeah.
Someone would say, yeah, but I want to buy a property. But chief, I've just bought side tippers that are bringing in money.
So it's a cash flow.
Yeah,
the property is a cash flow now.
Like I want to be liquid. I want to be liquid. Yes, I have assets, but I want to be liquid more than the assets right now, because where I am, I need to still pump in money. I'm not at Bill Gates level or Ramaphosa or whoever, but I still need to pump in money for me to get to that level. It's like people saying I remember a friend of ours was still living at home and he had a 330i, 330ci.
Yeah,
he lived at home. And our friends, also me, because the mentality was not right. I was like, hey, I would have started with, I was like, my brother, you're not him.
Yeah.
You're not him.
Powerful.
He started with a 330ci because he was a salesman.
Yeah.
I only understand that now because you know how it works. What they see, they believe.
Yeah.
So I can't come to a Naim or you or
Yeah.
Tandego or whoever and say, I want to take over your portfolio, which is what 60 million rand, and I'm rocking up in the Hyundai Picanto, whatever car is 1.0 engine. I'm gonna look at you like you're mad.
No, 100%. 100%.
I'm gonna look at you like you're mad. But now imagine I'm coming to talk about millions of your portfolio for me taking it over, and I rock up in an M5 CS.
Yeah,
Or I rock up in a G63.
Yeah.
Or a GLS 500.
Yeah.
Maybach. What does that say to you? It says, okay.
Double M's.
This guy knows what he's talking about. It's all about mindset, my brother. And I feel like we need to emphasize this more. You must not get offended when people are talking like we are talking.
Yeah.
We are not hating. I've never been a hater in my life. But I understand everything has levels. My business partner and my mentor, he lives in Waterfall.
Yeah.
Brother, if that guy had to open his garage,
Yeah.
I think your heart will stop.
Yeah.
Literally.
Okay. Let's go.
Literally.
We take a trip there.
If he had to open up his portfolio,
Yeah.
I'm a brother, you think you are dreaming.
100%.
But he's a simple guy.
Yeah.
Loves tracksuit pants, Nike, sneakers. He's a sneaker guy.
Yeah.
But he knows his stuff.
Yeah.
So one day, we were driving in my car and we were going to Polokwane with him.
Yeah.
And then we got to a garage, and we saw this guy. He was driving a Bentley,
Yeah.
a top Bentley.
Yes, sir. Big B's. Big
Yeah,
B's.
And my business partner said to him, hey, nice car, my brother, And this guy said, yeah, I know. One day you'll get there. I just kept quiet. Fast forward a couple of weeks later, he's sitting in his office, tracksuit pants, and he's a Man United supporter, Man United.
Yeah.
This guy walks in, I couldn't believe it, with a Bentley. He's looking for because he's got a capital company, capital investment company. He's looking for five rand.
Yeah.
5 rand, there was a lot of money. And this guy couldn't believe it when he saw him.
You see?
He walked in, he saw him, I saw his face turn blue. He's like, hey, don't I know you? He's like, yeah, we met at the garage. You said I'll get to your level one day. What do you need?
Oh, wow. That's bars.
He's like, what do you need?
That's
No,
powerful.
I need 5 rand, you know. I've got this mining operation. Said, send me the necessary paperwork. Sent the paperwork. 2 days later, he transferred the money into his account.
That's powerful, brother. And I think that's crazy. And I think we should actually have a part 2 of this where we talk about the deed, like some nice chunky, like, you know, we attack some topics that, you know, and what I'll do is we can actually open some questions for some people on my page and stuff. And the next one that we do, we can address some of those questions. It'll be anonymous and stuff, so nobody will be on blast. But I think just in closing, a short piece of advice you have for young artists, entrepreneurs, and business owners starting out now. Your take on it, just a little bit of advice. What can they do? And I'll take that personally because I'm starting out in, you know, quite a few different things myself. So what do you have for us? Like some gems for us?
Don't know about gems, but for me, it's your network is your net worth.
Powerful.
You must be able to place yourself in rooms where you would get, even if it's just one line, that'll change your mentality and also open you up to other things. A lot of us artists and business people in Zulu City, ushawa exposure. We are not exposed to some of the things that are out there.
Yeah.
We would walk into a room, we would feel timid, and we would see like a guy wearing a Rolex and whatnot, you know. I was in a room with Petrus Mutsipe. He was talking about 100 million rand like he's talking about 1,000 rand. And that messed my mind up. But I also understood that it's the exposure. I don't have exposure and I don't have the network to make that 100 million rand. Because he just told this guy, no, how much do you need for this project? 100 million rand. He said, okay. Picked up his phone. It's like, there's a guy who's going to call you about this project. This is how much it's worth. Close his phone. We carried on with the conversation. It's like with me, if an artist asks for 1,000 rand, it's like, hey, please send this guy
e-wallet.
You know? But never give up.
Yeah.
There's power in consistency.
Yeah.
And never stop praying.
I love that. And with that being said, thank you so much for your time, my brother. It was a really nice conversation. I hope you guys got some pointers from there. I hope you liked the conversation. I hope you liked the story as well. And yeah, until the next one, peace, man. And just a quick shout out to Naim Imam, AMG Lords, for opening up his space for us to come and record the podcast. For Tandeka, for, you know, introducing me to you, actually, for us to have this and sending me all your backstory. And I really found it inspiring myself. This conversation inspired me. I took a lot from this. So while you were talking, I was here listening and like taking notes in my head. And yeah, so your network is your net worth. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And until the next one, peace.
AMG Lords.